What you think about that?
I thought that.
Cautionary tale in the streets.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So today we're kind of getting a little messy. I just felt like it was kind of interesting all the things that are happening today and in on social media, and I thought maybe we could talk about it and see how it relates to where we are in our lives. But today I have Sharita with me. We're waiting on Sonia. She's stuck in the New York traffic, so she'll be joining us momentarily, hopefully.
Out in these streets,
Mm-hmm.
trying to make it home.
Yep. So I don't know if you guys really follow a lot of today's current events like we do, but I thought it was interesting what was going on. So I am a fan of all the housewives and all the all the reality shows, all the ratchet reality shows. I'm guilty. I watch it and I enjoy it. It's just entertainment. But what I find interesting is the people that get on there with their wives and their husbands and they spill the beans and tell their whole lives, and then they hardly ever come out unscathed. Like I believe 90% of them end up getting a divorce.
Yep.
Like,
and they're
is it
no
really
longer
worth
housewives. And then they're no longer housewives. So how about
but they stay on the show because it's a storyline. But is it worth your marriage to get on a reality show? Would you ever get on a reality show if someone asked you?
First of all, my life is pretty boring when nobody asked me to be on one, for sure. But no, I don't think so. Maybe if I was single, I would do it. But my husband wouldn't allow it anyway, so that would be a moot point. But I don't know. That money would have to be really, really, really good.
I think they make good money, especially the Candies.
Now they do.
World.
Yeah, now
but
they do.
I think that if they asked me to be on a reality show, I think I would be kicked off.
Why?
Because I don't play those games.
Yeah.
I don't get into fights just for the sake of getting into fights.
Yeah. And it's kind of scripted now. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not real, I don't want to do it. And so, and then I would always be the one sitting there like, and watching them fight, and I'm not part of any fights.
Yeah. And sipping on my drink and be like, nope, not getting that.
So they'd be like, no, she gotta go. So
she ain't participating. She ain't adding no drama to this show. She's no longer needed.
Yeah. I am fully drama free. Like, that's not to say I don't have drama in my life, but I mean, well, why would I want to initiate drama with strange women that I don't even know?
I know, right?
And so, one of the dramatic things that's been happening, I think that Real Housewives of Atlanta just finished their season, and then next week or this Saturday, I think they're going to show the reunion.
The reunion.
And so on the last episode, they revealed that Drew Sidora filed for divorce from her husband, Ralph.
She should have filed for divorce a long time ago.
But actually, in real life, she applied for the divorce in February. And so they're just showing it on TV. But the fact of the matter is they were married 9 years, I think. And all the stuff that he did when she first got on the show, I was like, is this girl stupid?
I want to say maybe just wanting to keep her marriage together. She can't be that crazy. Maybe she thought he was going to change.
The very first thing he did to her.
Yep.
Disappeared. She asked him, where were you? I was in Tampa.
I know. Like, how do you just get on a plane? What? It ain't business. It ain't work. I didn't forget to call you. I just decided to go to Tampa and not call you, turn my bringer off until I got back home.
Right.
Yeah. No.
So lots and lots of things happened between, sorry, this is the wrong person.
He said, don't talk about me.
Right. So they went through their ups and downs throughout all the seasons, and I honestly feel like a lot of that was scripted. Like
I think so too.
she cannot be that stupid to, you know. He talked to her very disrespectfully. Anyway, in her divorce papers, she said that he was mentally and physically abusive.
Yeah.
He was a serial cheater.
Yeah.
And he was all up in her finances, withdrawing large amounts of money.
That's where we would draw the line. Now, all those other things clearly didn't mean nothing to her. But when he started messing with the finances, she's like, no, you got to go. Bye-bye.
Yes. And when I started getting really suspicious is when they were really throwing that whole gay thing around.
Yeah.
Like she's sleeping with females, or she's got a girlfriend. What's her face? Ty.
And that's Mimi's ex.
Yes.
Mimi Foss. Yeah.
And I was like, this is very, first of all, if she's having an affair, she's having an affair. But they were harping on the fact that it was with the woman. And it's like, why are you putting this woman's business out on the street like that? Even if it's true, even if it's true. Okay, so he had a bunch of, extramarital affairs. I don't hear anybody talking about that over and over and over again. But they were harping on it. And I felt like, okay, this is a setup for something. Yeah. And then come to find out she's doing a movie called The Pass.
Did you see that?
Girl, I was like,
it's out. It's out.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah. I just happened to stumble upon it. I was like, oh, look at this. So that's Candy's husband's project.
Yes.
So, yeah. So it's already out. It came out quick.
Now, don't you find that suspicious?
I mean, timing, right? Yeah, come on. Yeah. Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
So at one point in time, I was like, yeah, she was swimming in a lady pond. And then I started to like put all of the puzzle pieces together. And I'm like, wait a second, this is freaking scripted.
I don't think she's been messing around with no women. She just don't seem like that type. Now, if somebody said Candy was, then I would believe it, because Candy's out there. I know she has a husband, and I'm not trying to say she would cheat, but she, to me, would be the one to be more likely to experiment in other areas.
Exactly. So yeah. This is one that really, I don't think that that's true. No. But I do believe that he was a bad husband.
Yes.
He was abusive. He wasn't supportive of her career. I'm not even sure
I think
what he does for a living. Was he a former football player?
No, I don't really know what he did. Supposedly he was like a producer or something. I don't know what he does. Really, I don't know what he does. But to me, he either thought that she was going to be his come up, he was going to be on the show, he was going to become somebody, or he was just jealous.
Yeah, because she's been
around for a while.
Yeah, and I don't think that she's ever been like a big superstar, but she's had roles. She
played on the game. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been very busy working. So it's not like she's a bum.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, she said that he was messing with her money, taking out large amounts of cash.
Well,
and then all of a sudden, he has this cousin. What's the girl's name?
Who?
On The Real Housewives. She's just showed up. She's a new wife.
I don't know who that is. I mean, is she a new person, I guess?
Yeah, she's a new one.
Okay.
And so she just showed up, and she's got this. First, she tried to come for Candy, and Candy was like, "I will mop the floor with you." So she backed off from Candy. And now she's trying to carve her way. She's trying to create a spot for herself by being salacious or whatever. So she actually called. Now this is supposed to be her cousin. I think it's actually Ralph's cousin.
Okay.
But she's cousin by marriage.
Is it a real cousin or cousin? Because we have all kinds of cousins.
So I feel like she is an alleged cousin
Mm-hmm.
because how you just gonna jump up on the scene
Yep.
and then he did say that she's my long lost cousin. I haven't seen her, and she knows everything about Drew. And
Well, do you think Drew will come back next year? It'll be interesting.
yes, I believe she loves it. She loves the spotlight. She loves all the drama. She loves it, even though it destroyed her marriage.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think that the show destroyed her marriage. I think her husband was a bad catch in the first place, but it
Yep.
just kind of,
Might have did her a favor.
yeah. So, but I think that she loves the spotlight.
Yeah.
Even if it's negative, she loves it. I believe she'll come back and then she'll just start up some new drama with the cousin, the
Well,
alleged cousin.
this is probably the most famous, or well, she's been, even as long as she's been out here, a lot of people didn't know the name Drew Sidora.
You're right.
Now, ATL, everybody knows her. Everybody, she's in the airport. She's, people know who she is. So they say that this can be kind of like an addictive drug when you do these shows, which I can see.
And it's steady money. I mean, I think you get paid like some people get paid $100,000 an episode. I'm not sure who. Like you have to probably be
Like
high
Nene
up.
Leaks. Like
Yeah,
Nene.
like a Nene Leaks or somebody. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, can you imagine? I can't imagine making $100,000 a week.
I know, but did you hear about the other divorce? Kim and Croy. Yes. And it's because they are supposedly broke and they are doing all this stuff so that they can get either back on their show or she can come back. It's allegedly what they're saying.
So you don't think that the divorce is true?
I think the divorce is true for Croy, but she don't want to go nowhere. They saw not I guess yesterday, day before yesterday, there was a sighting of her and her daughter Brielle at the airport, and so they were of course questioning Kim. Do you want a divorce? Are you going to stay with Croy? And she's like, oh, things change. Oh, and she still had a ring on her finger. And then Brielle is reaching out to Bravo. So, girl, they ain't got no money because they repossessing their car and their house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's real. So they need another form of income.
Well, apparently, she's allegedly lost all their money gambling. She has a gambling addiction.
I can see that. I can see that.
So
She's about 1,000. When they had their show, like they were traveling, she was about $1,000 worth of scratch offs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was. They were on the ride. I remember that, and I was thinking, scratch offs, really? Yeah, $1,000 a pop of scratch offs.
So
Okay.
It seems like these shows attract dysfunctional people.
Well, that's the only way it's gonna work.
I mean, because I don't know, I can't name any housewife or any person on these reality shows that are not dysfunctional.
Candy's not. I think Candy and her husband's kind of solid. I mean, that's just who
First of
Candy is.
all,
She keeps it real.
but Candy also plays the game. I believe that Candy put that rumor out there for the sake of her movie.
She's
And
been in
that's
there
just
for a long time. She's been there. She's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I could not sit up there and with a bald-faced lie on national television over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, I'm not saying, and listen, she's very talented. I applaud where she came from and how she, made it, because she's actually been producing and doing all kinds of things in the background in the music industry.
Writing songs forever.
Yeah, she's legitimate. So that's
Yeah.
why I question, why would she put herself in that, like, everybody in those reality shows has their role, right? Like
Right.
you're the antagonist, or you're the bone collector, or you're the this, you're the that. Like, why would she make herself the person who is putting out salacious lies for the sake of, views?
Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it.
See, I don't know. So I'm saying I don't think I could.
Yeah.
I don't,
No,
I
and
don't,
see, you're just not messy like that. I mean, you got to be messy. You got to have some level of messiness to even be able to even contemplate being in that setting.
well, now listen, I appreciate mess.
Yeah, we
I
all
like
do.
to, I like to watch it.
We all do. I
Well,
want to watch somebody else's mess, though, not my
I,
mess. I
I
want to
do
see
not
my
want to be a
mess
part
on
of it.
TV. Yeah, no,
No, no, ma'am. And I
no,
don't want to be the subject of it,
nope.
but I want to know all the details of somebody else's.
I know. Did you hear about the Harveys?
Yeah.
I know. But
Listen,
once again,
I,
rumors,
I'm going to
allegedly.
tell you something about the Harveys. I personally think that they are a beautiful couple.
Absolutely. And
And
she has helped him with so much, so much. But he makes the money, but she has brought him to another level like he never knew was even possible.
yes, she
Yes.
brings a certain amount of class. Like, I know that she has a past. I know that she has a history.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, like she was dating a drug dealer,
She was
and
married to a drug dealer.
she was married to a drug, like, so, okay, all of us have a past.
Okay.
But, to me, from out looking from outside, it
Yeah.
appears that they have a stable, loving, caring
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Because I think they both came from dysfunctional previous relationships. So when you've experienced dysfunction, you don't want it. You know what I mean? You know
So
what I
did he
mean?
cheat on his first wife with her, with this
No,
current wife? Okay.
no, no, not at all. They knew each other prior. They knew each other and when they were both with someone, and then they went their separate ways. And then he found out that she had gotten divorced after he had already been divorced, and then they reached out to each other.
Yeah. So as old as these two are, I'm not saying that, you need to stay married just because you're old, but I mean, like,
No,
there's nothing else out there.
they're pretty grounded. Yeah.
I read somewhere that there was a rumor that Steve Harvey was interested in Kris Kardashian at one point. Did you read
No,
that?
no, and I don't believe it.
Well,
Because
I think he might.
he ain't no Corey Gamble, honey. He is not Corey Gamble. Now, Corey Gamble, he's like, I done made it. I'm good. I done made my peace with all these kids. I'm just gonna sit over here, and me and Chris gonna ride out into the sunset. I ain't gotta marry her. She ain't gonna marry him. That
No,
ain't happening. Heck
no.
no. But he good.
But yeah, no. The rumor is that she was cheating with their bodyguard and slash chef, who's
Uh,
also
Steve's wife, Harvey's wife.
yeah, who's
Mm.
also Steve's one of Steve's best friends.
Now come on, she ain't that messy. She got way more sense than that.
But you know who
That's
her daughter is.
who else did that? Who or what is?
Who her daughter is.
Oh yeah, our daughter definitely. Yeah, she's the model. I follow her on social media too. And she's young, and when you're on social media and you're young, you're gonna come across as whatever. Uh, but
So
I'm
do you
trying
think
to
she's
think.
trying to keep up with her daughter?
No, I mean they love that high hot modeling world. They love all of that stuff, but she knows who makes the money. Why would you mess with a chef and a bodyguard and you're their employer? No, I don't think so. No, it just makes no kind of sense. And she seems like a woman who's got some sense,
Yeah.
common sense, common
Now
sense.
there are some times when I question her outfits. Like she wore this double-breasted dress, suit
Uh-huh.
dress.
Was so short.
It was so short. I
Yeah,
said, "Is
yeah,
it girl?
yeah.
She have nothing on underneath there."
Well, she probably didn't. But she thinks she's small, and if I can wear it, who are we to say whatever? But
Well,
Steve
she
didn't mind.
looks fabulous. Like
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
she is
ma'am.
She's
Yeah.
got it going on.
Yeah, she do. She does. She definitely does. And you see her with the grandkids, and they make it look like they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing. So, maybe somebody just got jealous with their happy life.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, and I don't even know who would start such a rumor.
Yeah.
But you know what my mom always tells me, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, sometimes somebody just smoking a cigarette. I don't know. I don't think it's a big fire. I think maybe somebody just blowing, maybe smoking a cigar, in the famous words of Steve Harvey. He always got a cigar hanging out of his mouth. So I don't know. I don't think so. I
I
don't.
hope not, because I really like them together.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to think who was another couple. Oh, shoot. I know who it was. The Smiths. Jada and Will. Jada messed around with the son's best friend. You remember
Girl.
that? That was old. I was trying to think
And
what was
speaking of
similar.
dysfunction, if that's not the definition of dysfunctional, like that family is just so out there.
So much, so much, so
And
much.
why are they willing to just put all their business out in the street like that?
Yep.
I mean, there is a level of keeping it real, but there's also a
Yeah.
level of, that's your family's life.
And it's not
You're
like they don't have enough money and enough notoriety and enough, but if you feel like you're not relevant and they were promoting the Red Table Talk. I don't even know if it still comes on. Does it still come
no,
on?
it got canceled.
Oh, did it because of her indiscretions?
Well, I don't know why. I just heard that it was no longer a thing.
I didn't watch it much. So, I used to watch it when she would have certain people on there, but, especially when she had him on her after she did what she did to him. That was a mess.
I know.
Messy.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know why
it,
people would want to do that.
I don't know either, but I feel like if I got the opportunity, I would definitely take it, but I would not compromise who I am. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you would only be on there one season.
That's fine.
Wouldn't let you come back.
That's
They're
fine.
like, look, lady, Linda, you are wasting our time. Move on. Well, we don't got time for this. We need some juiciness. We need the cameras in there. We need some stuff. They ain't gonna do that.
I'm not fixing to do that. Because guess
No.
what? These people have families, they have kids.
Yeah.
Like those kids are affected. I don't see how you can put your kids in that situation. I don't get it.
Only thing I can think of is that because they shoot it and then they show it. Maybe they've set these family members down to let them know, now this might come out. Now don't be surprised, because they don't know. They never know how it's going to be edited. So even when they watch it, they don't. If you take 6 months ago, you don't even remember. Sometimes I think they also get so relaxed that they forget the cameras are there, and that's how some real juicy stuff comes out.
That's ridiculous.
I know. Who else is being messy? Let's hear who else is being messy.
Well, do you remember Neo?
Oh yes.
And his first wife, Moneta Shaw, is on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, she is.
Yes, and she's super boring. I mean, she has no storyline. She doesn't have any kind of drama. She tried to bump heads with Kenya, but Kenya just shut her down.
Yeah.
But
I didn't realize that was who she was. I have seen her.
Mm-hmm.
So the
other day. Oh, that's what?
The new wife is something else.
Oh, well, so she was the first wife, and she just the other day she had an interview with what's his name? House of Aaron. He's a podcaster.
Oh, okay.
And during the interview, she revealed that Neil wanted to have 3 ways. And
red flag.
So she was like, well, okay, I'd be willing to do it, like maybe for anniversary or birthday or something like that. And so she did it. And then he started wanting to do it all the time.
Yep. Open that door. Open that box.
And so that's when she was like, no, we don't need to be doing it. So how you going to tell him yes?
And then no.
And then, so girl,
no.
I don't understand how people could get involved in something like that.
Well, I guess maybe she thought she was trying to please him, and maybe if it was like a fantasy of his and she fulfilled that fantasy for him. But Neo is a superstar. He been out here in these streets, baby. You ain't his first threesome, and probably ain't gonna be the last.
I don't know. Would you do that for your man if he asked you to do that?
No. And you know how I would squash it? I say, okay, you want to have a 3-way, 2 men and 1 woman?
No, he would not. No.
Exactly. So it would just squash it right there. I don't even have to say nothing. I'll be like, yeah, no.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I've always wanted to see what my husband would say if I brought it up.
Now, is this conversation or this topic going to come up when you're sober or when you've been drinking? I don't think so.
I think if I brought it up to him,
yeah,
the very first thing he would do would be to laugh.
Of course, because he wants to feel it. Is this a trick question? Is she trying to feel me out? Yeah. No.
And then I don't know what I don't know if he would be like, well, if you want, if he did that, I think I would be so mad if he said, well, if you want to.
So don't ask. Don't ever, ever, ever ask. He will never be able to live that down. Every time you get mad at him, you'll bring it up.
I'm going to ask him.
Don't do it. Oh my God, don't do it. I'm not going to ask my husband because he's a smart ass and he would probably say, yeah.
It'd be on then. I'd be ready to fight.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to entertain that thought. I'm not even willing to bring it up.
But it's really sad that women feel like they have to do these types of things to keep their man. To me, if a man asks me to do that, it's almost like he's saying, I just want to be with other people.
Yeah, especially your husband. I mean, it's like, so to maybe make me feel like what am I not doing? What is it that you need from another woman? Besides being a freak. So I didn't really know the situation between him and Moneta, and I didn't realize that was who that was on the RHOA. But his new wife, who he's been with for maybe 10, 12 years, they have 2 small kids together, and they were married years ago. And then they were almost separated, but he moved back in during COVID and wouldn't leave the house. So he came back. She let him in. He threw this $1 million wedding for her. It was fabulous. It was beautiful. All red. She loves red. He let her just do what she wanted to do. He got her a red Rolls Royce. I mean, he was just piling it on. So all this is on social media. And how about 4 or 5 months later, some chicks, I guess they were following her, reached out to her to let her know that they had slept with him. She immediately went to the lawyer and filed for divorce and took half. Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with some of these men. And, I don't know how old he is. I feel like he's probably in his very, very early 40s.
Yes.
But
if that.
Why get married if you know that you have a propensity to cheat?
Because you look more stable. The jobs that he was getting, he has a family, he has a wife, he's not out here in these streets. It makes a big difference when you're trying to get to the next level. I see it.
He
Yeah.
is out in these streets.
With his wife though. But he got a wife at home. So if you don't get caught, then he's okay. But what happened was is she put it out, she put it all over social media, and he went to court to have her blocked because he said she was costing him money, putting their dirty laundry out in the street.
That's what happens. I would have done the same
Yep.
thing. I commend
Yep.
her.
Yep.
Good for
Yep.
her. Is she
Good for
younger
her.
than him?
I don't know if she's younger than him. I'm thinking they're all around the same age. I think all of them are about the same age. But she is out there. Like she's tatted up. She does the twerking. She's she I'm like, what else did you need? That girl is bringing everything and showing everything. I don't know. I don't know what he needs.
Just ratchet. Just ratchetness.
Ratchet or greedy. Never
Yes.
satisfied. Never satisfied. So I ain't surprised. I feel sorry, but I ain't surprised.
Well, girl, yeah, I have been reading about Mr. Kanye West and his wife Bianca.
Now, what a mess. What do you think about, first of all, the marriage?
Uh
Yeah.
I don't even understand this man's how he moves because first of all, he tries to put on this air that he's like this, he embodies a moral character where Kim doesn't. And he's following Jesus.
Yeah.
And then he marries this girl. She's walking around Italy half naked, and there are calls for them to be arrested for indecent exposure. He got on these, girl, look at these boots.
What? Oh, Lord. Kanye is a mess.
And
I feel sorry for him.
and
I
then
do.
he's walking around with her looking like he's in need of medication.
He is. That's the
Um,
problem. He is.
this man is damn near 50 years old.
Yep.
And I don't know this girl. I think she's in her 20s.
Well, who else was going to marry Kanye besides some? Do you know that she is Jewish? Do you remember all the rhetoric that he was spewing? Her family's Jewish.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. So when they got married, she took him home to meet them, and they were ecstatic.
Oh, I thought they'd be pissed off.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So that tells me it's all about the status.
Well, lately they've been showing public displays of affection, and apparently
like she on her knees.
the paparazzi got pictures of them where she's giving him fellatio in a river taxi in Italy.
Wow.
While there were two other people on the river taxi.
Oh my God, they weren't even on there by themselves.
No.
Oh Lord. Wow. I wonder how Kim feels.
Well, Kim released a statement that said she was embarrassed and concerned for Kanye because obviously he's not doing well. And she's concerned because her kids might see this one day and she wouldn't know how to explain it to them.
Yeah, there's a lot of things she's not going to be able to explain when those kids get older. And it ain't going to just be Kanye, believe me.
Exactly.
She got her own stuff to worry about.
She got a whole sex tape.
Yeah, she got a lot of other things she might be at the top of that list before she gets to Kanye. But, I mean, I think about like Justin Bieber and his wife, he was having a hard time there for a while. He married that young lady, and for whatever reason, she seemed to be the stableness that he needed. And I kind of was hoping that this young girl was going to be there for Kanye. But, I don't know if you can control Kanye. I don't know.
Well, they both look very if you look at the expressions on their face, I mean, this doesn't look like a happy time.
This is
I don't even,
business. I think this is business.
you know,
Yeah.
I would be giggling. I mean, not that I would ever do.
No, but you would be having fun. You're in Italy, you're on a water taxi. She looked like, okay, can y'all see me? She looked like they worked, like this was planned.
It's really dysfunctional. And I'm really sad that, that this is happening. It's just, they're putting it all, and it's all over social media. So, his daughter, at least North.
No. So Kim does not. Kim has no televisions in her house, no TV, and the kids don't have any social media. That's why she lets North do TikTok with her, because she feels like they don't have access to news, nothing. She spoke about that in one of the shows. She makes sure that those kids don't have access to anything unless she makes sure she knows about it.
So North doesn't have her own TikTok?
She has a TikTok with her mom. She can't get on it without her mom. So when she's doing her TikTok, her mom is there. Her mom is taping her. She doesn't get on there.
So her sister has all those 50 kids. And that oldest son, he's got his own social media. I'm sure he's texting North saying, "Oh, your daddy this and your daddy that."
I don't know.
She's gonna find out. It's not
just like when the kids tell other kids ain't no Santa Claus.
They will find out.
Yeah, no Santa Claus, no Easter Bunny. It's always your cousins who mess it up anyway. So they probably will.
That's his job.
Yeah, it's his job.
That's his job.
Well, probably so, because he's bad.
Anyway, so I just thought that all of that was really interesting. All that stuff is happening. And, as a woman of a certain age, I just feel like it's really ridiculous, especially for some of the ones that are older. Yeah. I'm talking about Kanye. He's nearly 60 or 50.
He's in his 50s. Yeah, he's nearly 50. I don't know if he's not 50 yet, though, is he? He's in his 40s.
He's in his late 40s.
He's just been around too long.
7 or 48.
Yeah, he just been around long.
And Steve Harvey and Lori, I hope that those rumors are big fat lies, because I would hate to see that family get destroyed over some BS, because I read a lot of comments about Lori being, easy or fast or, loose or whatever, because of her looks, and they're just judging it by her Instagram, how she models and she poses and dresses provocatively. All of that is, they don't even know anything about her, but they've already labeled her as something. And also talking about her daughter. So I hope that that's not true, because, I know that they could both easily get somebody else, but it shouldn't even be about that.
I don't think so. I just, and I've been surprised before. The Kim and Croy thing really surprised me, but I don't know if that's really real. But they're just too out there. They're just too well known, and I don't know how you cheat and don't think you're going to get caught when you're
exactly. And then there's Drew and Ralph. I do think that was a good move,
and that one we are happy about.
Yes, I do not condone any part of that relationship. It was very dysfunctional. The mom was sitting there because you remember her mother used to be in the early episodes when she was first on the show.
Yeah,
her mom would be, and her mom's her mom's a minister.
Yes,
and she's sitting there looking at him, then looking at her like, I know you didn't let this fool say that to you, know. And then, I forgot to mention, Ralph had, what's her name's Drew's sisters kicked out of their house and told her she could never come back because she was disrespecting him.
Oh, so he kicked her out of him and Drew's house.
Mm-hmm. Because he said that because she had said that he was controlling.
Yeah. Yeah, that was all about him not wanting her to be there to gang up on him with Drew and to see things that were going on. You know how that is. He wanted to make
Mhm.
sure that she wasn't around them. But, the things you do for your marriage. And, she's a very beautiful young lady. And I don't like to see anybody's marriage dissolve, especially when there's small kids involved. But in this instance, yeah, bye.
Yeah. Because honestly, staying married to that, you are
Yeah,
teaching your son
yep.
how
All
not
the
to
best.
be a good husband. You're
How
teaching
not
your
to be.
daughter
Yeah.
how to
Put up
be
with.
abused,
Yeah. Yeah.
basically. So, I mean, there's always two sides of it. Of course, my mom would say, "Oh no, you should never get a divorce."
No,
Mm,
mom, it wasn't my mother. My mom was like, yeah, no, you can do this by yourself. Get bye.
yeah.
Different,
So
different moms, yeah, but different, different styles of things. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So when is the Housewives of Atlanta reunion?
it's this weekend. I can't
Oh,
remember what day, but yeah, it's coming up,
I think it's
and
on
they're
Sunday.
all wearing turquoise. So
Oh, I did see that. I did see that preview.
yeah.
That'll be interesting. Oh, yeah, because she went off on him on there. She got him
Hmm.
crying on one of them. I saw.
Hmm.
That's gonna be interesting.
So we'll
And
we'll we'll follow up with that and see what happens. I think there's probably going to be a part one, part two, and maybe a part three. So we'll
probably.
be on the lookout. But in the meantime, this has been very interesting and fun to talk
Yes.
about lighthearted things, just
Yeah.
kind of like, escape. That entertainment
Yes.
for me is an escape because, I still have a very active life. And then sometimes you just need to just woosah. And so,
Just check out for a minute,
yes,
get into somebody else's messiness, and then come back to your own.
yes. Thank God your mess is not as bad as their mess. So,
Exactly. Makes you feel so much better about yourself, right?
yes, ma'am. So, with
Yeah.
that, thank you for having this conversation with me. And we really
Yes.
miss Sonia.
We
I don't know
did.
what happened. Maybe those New
Yeah,
York streets just sucked her in. But
out there in those streets.
yes, thank everybody for joining us. And until next time.